We have another traffic fatality to report. The man who was struck by a car on Route 1 in Tamuning last month passed away last night. The unidentified man is believed to be in his early 50s, but Guam Memorial Hospital spokeswoman June Perez says he has not been officially identified. According to GPD spokesman Officer A.J. Balahaja, the man was crossing Marine Corps Drive towards Guerrero Street when he was struck on the outer lane by a 2002 Nissan Altima driven by a 64-year-old man. The accident occurred at 10:30 in the evening, February the 23rd. In other news, the man who police pulled from a burning vehicle last Tuesday has improved from critical to stable condition.
Department of Education Superintendent John Fernandez called a special meeting today so that John F. Kennedy High School students and the Guam Education Board can sit down together and come up with a solution to celebrate Guput Chamorro without violating any school policies. PNC's Rizal Romanes has more in this report.
John F. Kennedy High School students are still pushing for a change in the board policy that bans outside food from being served at school functions. The students wanted to incorporate homemade chamorro food into their Guput Chamorro celebration in school, as they claim they have done so in the past.
Having the food is not only a tradition, but it's something that we always look forward to. It's something that the Chamorro people had pride in because it showed who they really were.
Youth Congress GFK Representative Yul Mendiola says his peers are willing to compromise.
I would just say that the suggestion should just keep on coming, and whatever students have, they should tell it to their principals and be brought up during the meetings with the superintendent, because a voice matters and they have an opinion on what goes on.
Just last week, DOE Superintendent John Fernandez said to keep students happy, he was looking into suspending the policy's after-school component or bringing in catered Chamorro food for the students. However, Board Chairman Peter Addis says he still has his concerns.
I cannot jeopardize the safety of our children. I would rather, if they say, hey, we're going to serve all kinds of Chamorro desserts, hey, let's go for it. But when you're going to bring in kilawin, let me see, pork, ham, and a few other things, I am uncomfortable. Safety. All it takes is one kid to get sick to destroy everything.
Ada emphasizes that what he said was just his opinion, and if majority votes against his say, he will move forward with that decision.
It wouldn't surprise me if they are going to be in favor of it, giving the kids that opportunity, and I will respect their opinion, but I will make sure I will express mine.
Rizal Romanes, PNC News.
Senator Mike San Nicolas says based on the administration's own consolidated revenue and expenditure reports, more money should be going out for tax refunds. In fact, he says based on this report, the tax refund account is about $12 million short.
Well, we found out that the Department of Revenue and Taxation is processing the refunds, but they need the funds to pay out the actual checks.
And Senator Mike San Nicolas says based on the administration's own consolidated revenue and expenditure reports, the money should be there. This report shows that for the first quarter of FY 2015, or in other words, as of December, collections of income taxes are at $103.6 million, which is $11.7 million more than when compared to last fiscal year's first quarter collections.
Based on the information we're getting from the department, the revenue for the government of Guam is healthy, and it's tracking at a level that's supposedly higher than last year, but the amounts going to be set aside for refunds is lower this year than it was for last year.
This means one of two things. Either the collections report is incorrect, or the money that is supposed to go towards tax refunds is going elsewhere. By law, GovGuam is supposed to set aside 26% of its income tax collections for tax refunds. But if GovGuam really collected $103 million by December, more money should be in the tax refund account.
We're supposed to have deposited over $26 million into the trust fund, but they've only actually deposited $14 million. So there's $12 million short, and we're wondering where's that extra $12 million. That $12 million is all supposed to be paid out in refunds.
On February the 20th, PNC reported that GCC, DOE, and UOG were behind in receiving their cash allotments for this fiscal year by a total of $17.8 million combined, despite the fact that the administration says it is collecting the money it is supposed to collect.
Remember the man who was held down by Chuukie's basketball players last month after he allegedly robbed a Korean tourist? Well, he was rearrested 2 nights ago for assaulting another detainee at Hagåtña lockup. 31-year-old Anthony Vincent Matagolay was charged with aggravated assault as a third-degree felony in court yesterday. According to the magistrate's complaint, Matagolay attacked Joseph Donato 3 times in one day. Donato reported the crime on Monday, a day before he was scheduled to be released from prison. DOC spokesman Jeff Limo says Donato is no longer in their custody, but he says he was medically assessed. Limo says there is an ongoing investigation as Donato claims others attacked him at the same time as well.
A 20-year-old man is in jail accused of groping a 9-year-old boy. Jeremy Anthony Cruz Pangelinan appeared in court yesterday to face charges of second-degree criminal sexual conduct and kidnapping. According to the complaint, the minor was sexually assaulted on 2 separate occasions, and both times Pangelinan allegedly took the minor into his home. Pangelinan, according to police, neither confirmed nor denied the allegations, saying he was too intoxicated to remember what had happened. He is being held on $100,000 cash bail.
Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. held an informational hearing to determine what is needed to develop an assisted living industry on Guam. Members of the healthcare and elderly care community were on hand to discuss some of the things needed to create an industry that would provide things like hospice care. Dr. Vince Hakimoto told lawmakers that they would need legislation to enable this industry to start.
We believe this is regulatory legislation that will give the framework for people to understand, I guess from a legal standpoint, what is exactly about to happen. Again, to answer the question about where, is this about a place or about a concept or about a new type of service, and I believe this is a new type of senior care service that Guam has, I think, for a long time.
Time is of the essence. You know, this is every day, every month and year that goes by, it's really taking its toll. So we got to work fast and hard to make sure it happens.
Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. says that he will create an ad hoc committee of the Committee of Health consisting of stakeholders who can stay on top of this issue.